Today, we are going to make some grass. No, I'm not in Colorado, so it's not going to be that kind of grass. It's our techniques that are so simple and sensible, your mothers have practically built themselves. Hello folks, it's Mad Dog Merv. Today I'm on call. I'm headed to West High School because, well, once every 8 weeks I am on call, and that means that if there's an alarm at one of our schools, I get to go answer it. So, good for me. And I'm headed to West High School. We have quite a history, West High School and myself. It was the first school that I was a full-time person at many years ago. And I found it, this was before it had its big rebuild in like 1997. And it still had a lot of the original flavor the old building did. It was fun to explore because I loved to explore back in those days. The old tech building was still there back in those days. So we're going to take a look at this part 2 of West High School. Part 1 was the early days, and part 2 we're going to pick up from about the time that they built this this building that we know today. That's it's like 97 years old. Woo! That's an old building, but it is still beautiful. So, without further ado, let's take a look at West High School Part 2. So I had to re-put this picture back in of the Nicholas Grosbach home. I'm sure I said it wrong again, but I pronounced it wrong the first time, and my deepest apologies for that. It sat across the street to the east of the old, University Union building, which is this right here. And you can see 1921, they've got the windows out of it, they've taken the top off. They're getting ready to demolish the old West High School main building. So that came down, and they immediately got onto building almost on the exact same spot, the brand new building. And this is the west side of the, I call it the clock tower, but the main part of the main building there at West. The new building went up in less than a year, which was really fast. Here's some of the construction photos. You can see this area that we were just looking at, a little different angle, of course, that is now near completion. And you can see the windows to the auditorium area and the stairs that are there that kind of go up to the chair level of the auditorium. That's kind of a neat picture because you don't see those anymore. And here's the building nearing completion, taken from 300 West. Kind of neat to see those big trees out front there. And of course all of the weeds. This is obviously before they had finished the ground. So kind of some fun pictures, these real early ones. Now also in 1922, when they built the new building, they needed a new heating plant. So they built on the northwest corner of the property this particular heating plant. And there is another video on the channel I have here about the tunnels of West High School. And I have actually been from the main building to this building via the underground tunnels that had the steam lines in it. So that's pretty cool. On the far right side of that picture, you can see part of the old tech building. Well, now here it is from the old tech building looking east, the nearly finished, or I should say the finished building. And I think it looked absolutely stunning when it was built. Just a beautiful edifice. But of course, over the years, they added on to it and put some new things on here and there. And yeah, I think it kind of ruined it. So, interior pictures. This is the original cafeteria. The original cafeteria was on the far north end in the very basement, which I can show you the area now if I were to go over there and take you on a tour of it, but to try and describe where it is, there's some like daycare classrooms right now in that area. Here's the original auditorium, an absolutely beautiful place, and this was destroyed when they did the rebuild back in, was it 1997, which is very unfortunate, and the balcony was taken out as well. Really, really sad, because that was a beautiful, beautiful place. And when I first went in there in 1983, it looked very similar to that. Now this is taken from, I believe, the second or the third floor, no, the third floor on the south end looking north. And how I know this is the custodial closet there on the left-hand side. And I like the fire hose cabinet there on the right side. Pretty darn neat picture, the original hallway. And I know right where this is right outside of the main office, today's main office there. And you will note the pictures, how they are hung with the wire way up high. You'll also notice the lighting. Yeah, this is an amazing picture. Now here we have, we always called it the conservatory, but drama room I think is what it is now. Little theater, kind of in the center there. They've made a little stage. But anyway, this is up on the top floor, dead center on the east side of the building. I guess it was the drama room back then. I don't know. Maybe it was a music room. Who knows? But anyway, that's how it looked originally. The library, which was one level below that, on the third floor on the east side, and you can see how that was. The counseling center is now in this area. Wow, that was really beautiful back then. To me, I like the look of that type of a library. And we all know this science room on the north end. And those of us who were there in the late 70s, early 80s, remember the big snapping turtle that was in the aquarium there. They had this beautiful greenhouse from the beginning on the east side of this particular room. But look at those tables, aren't they amazing? And the ROTC rifle range. Many of us know where that one is, down on the very, very basement level, on the west end, the very west end, underneath what used to be the stage. Wow, great picture. I might say that as built, West High School was only 117,000 square feet with the main building. Pretty small by today's standard. Well, here's a very good picture of the building shortly after they finished the landscaping. It's probably 1923. You can see the original gym building on the left and how beautiful this building looked back then. Look, you can still see 200 North. Wow. Yeah, this is before they closed off 200 North. Great. Here's an interior shot of a typical classroom. Have no idea which one this is, but most of them were very, very similar to this throughout the building, so it could just be any random classroom. Look at those desks. I would love to have those. And look at the perimeter heat. I think those radiators are still there. Wow. This appears to be another science room. This one, I don't know exactly where this one is. So if you have any idea, well, leave a comment and let us know. And here's a great shot from the roof of one of the buildings that used to be across the street where the practice football field is and the soccer field now. But there used to be a bunch of buildings there, and there was an apartment building there on the corner. Obviously, you can see the roof in the foreground. But beautiful picture. Notice where the flag is on that. The flag's on the roof, like it used to be in the old days. Oh, yeah, electric streetcars. Wow, great picture of 300 West with the electric streetcar lines. And another one where you can see the electric street line. Look at that, going right up what is now 200 North. Interesting. Yeah, some of the things, some of the details that you can pull out of these pictures from different eras. Man, what a beautiful looking building West High School was back in those days. Yeah, and oh, look at that. You can see the gym on the very left side. Pretty neat. And here's a great picture taken from that southeast corner, that where that building in the very beginning was. Look at that. Great pictures. So earlier I had mentioned about some additions that had been made to West High School. In 1961, on the south end, there was this addition, which I believe was 18 classrooms. It was on to all 3 levels. In 1970, the media center and new cafeteria was added kind of on the northwest part of the building, and I don't have a picture of that particular one. But still a beautiful, beautiful building back in the late 60s. And this picture from 1940 is my favorite. That shows the old Union building, the old gym, and the old tech building along with the heat plant before all of the other additions. Thanks for joining us, folks.